Hello, hello, my magical friends. How you be today for TLC Tuesday Live Chat? Today, we are going to talk more about the earth. And we're going to talk specifically about walking with the earth. And for those of you who may not know who I am Dr. Andi Harper. I have a positive podcast on Inspired Choices Network called Dr. Andi's World. So we play a lot in Dr. Andi's World, which might be a little bit different than what you're used to. I'm also a facilitator all things animal, which generally includes you too. Sarah's asking if it's Valentine's Day. I'm like, no, but do you think they have any Christmas borders or anything? No, I was looking for maybe some jingle bells, but what's up with that, Facebook? So, you can't go wrong with hearts. So thank you for joining me today, darling. We're talking about the earth and walking with the earth. So back to that podcast. So last week I had a guest, Corinna Stoeffl. I butcher that name beautifully with my American accent. But she is a dear friend of mine. We play in Access Consciousness together. Yes, talk to Callie. See what she can do for me. That'd be great. We play together in Access Consciousness, and she was on Dr. Andi's World Positive Podcast. And the title was Earth as Our Teacher. And I was like giggly excited about that conversation. And so I want to bring a little bit here to our TLC today. And one of the things that literally fried my brain, like all thoughts just went poof, gone, is when Corinna said, what if you, instead of going for a walk on the earth, you go for a walk with the earth? And I know and even when I say it now, I go, oh, that energy is just so sweet, so soft, and I just adore it. And not that we are like, hey, let's go for a walk on the earth, but how many of us have never looked at that subtle difference? Walking on or walking with? And even check into your world and see how that lands differently for you. Walking on or walking with? Hi, Neely. Thanks for coming today. Walking on or walking with? And what if 8 billion people changed one word and just that one little point of view about the earth, and we all walked with the earth? What would that change? Now let's back it up a bit, because we ain't gonna get 8 billion people to do it. But what if you took a look at it, instead of that point of view, I'm on the earth, I'm walking on the earth, you are actually with the earth, and you're walking with the earth, and it's a journey you and the earth are going on together. What would that shift and change for you? So I played around with this a little bit today when I took the dogs for a walk. I don't necessarily say, hey, let's go walk on the earth with them, but I'm like, okay, kiddos, let's go for a walk with the earth. And it just so simply made my heart happy. And how much more ease and softness and happiness and heartness can we all use right now? How much more can the earth use right now? And what if that simple on to with is an acknowledgement of the earth that she rarely ever gets from people that basically live on her, walk on her, abuse her, take her for granted, and bitch and moan about the things they don't like about her. Anybody out there actually listen to the show that was on Friday? I think that was the 4th with Corinna. Anybody out there? It happened to be a very different show for Dr. Andi's World. mentioned the earth here and there, but she did a little bit more of a deeper dive, and it was wonderful. And we also talked about gratitude, which, hi Katie, hello Grace. Yes, Grace loves the earth. And how much okay, thank you Grace. What is the animal's point of view about the earth? Are they on it or are they with it? What's lighter? Right? What is their basic being is there with the earth? Right? And what if we started building that muscle for ourselves? Yeah, Katie, with, right? What if our basic being is actually with the earth, but we have not acknowledged it, we've disconnected from it, we disregarded it for trillions of years? That what if now is the time to reconnect, reinvent, revisit, re-be that being that is with the earth all the time? Keisha says with a smiley face, right? Gosh, I'm like looking at this now. I'm like, okay, so I cannot fathom anywhere in the animals' world where they're just on the earth. I mean, how many of them go out to the balcony, right, Grace, Katie? Go out to the backyard and can lay there in the sun for hours? Are they laying on the earth, or are they gifting and receiving and laying with the earth and being grateful for the sun on their tummies? And how often do we do that? Maybe when I was like 14 trying to get a suntan, but that wasn't really my point of view on why I was out there. Right? And my paleness just turned bright pink and didn't do anything. It was kind of it was a wasted effort on that part. But we get close, right? Here, especially here in Colorado, we go for hikes. We can go out into nature. And then maybe the next time you do that, you're going out with nature. With. How much more can we be with the connection to everybody else, the connection to the planet, the connection to the animals? We're really kind of funny beings, us peoples, right? We are essentially oneness, consciousness, connected to everything, right? We are with everything, yet we're constantly adding drama and trauma and people and things, so we're not alone. Although we can never be alone, but we're never actually acknowledging that we're with the planet, with the people, with the animals. It's kind of a mess. Yeah, letting ourselves be a part of it all. But I think it gets convoluted, because letting ourselves be part of it all, I think a lot of us choose to then mean I have to be in the know. I've got to watch the news so I know what's going on. But knowing what's going on is about the farthest away that you can get from being with and being a part of it all. We are in this together. And yet, we are all doing our own thing, all the while being a part of it all. it's a bit of like the drop in the ocean, right? We're all our own drops in this huge ocean. That little word with is just like, it's still frying my and simultaneously letting earth be part of us. Yeah, it's that with, that part of. And it's not even a part. It's not like it's a finger, right? It's not even a part. It is an intermixing of all those molecules, that drop in the ocean. The ocean is going along and you get to be your drop. And you get to contribute to that wave, or not. That tiny little word is blowing my mind today, that with. With. It's still frying my brain, and it's not really even frying my brain. It is such a space and such a difference that it's nothing concrete and significant that you can grab and hold on to and turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. It is what it is. It's with, walking with the earth. So next time we go on a walk with those dogs, and I did it today. I'm like, okay, let's go for a walk with the earth. And it was so cool. It made my heart happy. And I will have more of that, please. What will it take for more of that, please? I kind of jumped into the topic today. I usually like to start with, I said hi to everybody. What's up in your world? Anything that you want to pop in the comments below that we can talk about? Let's see. Can I see my meow? It's just tea. Nothing exciting. Herbal tea at that. Anything up in your worlds about the holidays? How much it feels like Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or how little it feels like Christmas? Which I tend to fall into the second camp. Like, yeah, it's like, what, 3 weeks away, something like that. And it's also 60 some degrees here, so that kind of contributes to that. All right. Yeah, right, Sarah. She says it's December ? Yeah, I do kind of forget that, right? Yes, Grace likes it when her belly is with the earth. Yeah. I don't know. We could play with it. Like, we can go outside and go, I'm going to go sit with the sun. Oh, I'm going to go sit with the sun right now. Oh. Like, it just, is there such a sweetness in my world when I talk about it that way? I know, I thought it was August. Yeah. All right, my dear friends. May you all continue enjoying your not Christmas and not Decembers. Play with our new best friend, our new little favorite word in the world, with. And see what that changes in your world when you go for a walk with the earth. When you go for a walk in your animals, with the earth. See what that shifts. See, and it also gets you a lot more present. And acknowledgement, yeah. What if the earth is truly, the only thing it requires is acknowledgement, and how little of it does she get? And we can go into gifting and receiving and being with the earth and all that, but let's just start with the with. Let's start with sitting with the sun, sitting with the trees, sitting with the flowers, going for a walk with the earth. Let's do our days with the earth and see what ease, joy, and glory it just might create in your day. What if that little bit of acknowledgement of the earth, that this is a journey you are going on with her creates in your world. All right, my friends, that's all I've got today. Kind of short and sweet. And oh yes, and thank you all. Last week just was not that 100%. Just wasn't. So we did post a replay. So thank you for checking that out. Oh, Evelyn says everyone together in the bed, cuddling each, or I think each other. I'm not sure, but yay. Yes, I saw your post, Evelyn, on Facebook that the puppy is now napping when the other dogs do. Woohoo! I remember those days. The Doberman did that. The poodle, he just now has gotten it, and he's like going to be 5. He was that puppy that had to go in the crate. I'm like, there are 5 other critters in this house that are napping, so guess what you're going to do? And I'd have to pop them in the crate. But I did know that moment when they're like, ooh, it's nap time. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then, okay, Sean would come in and wake him up. And I'm like, have you ever heard of the saying, don't wake the sleeping baby? Oh, murder him. When I had 2 little puppies. Y'all have heard me talk about this. I still have some PTSD from that. You know, pot and pock and all that. But that was quite the adventure, I tell you. So congratulations, Evelyn, on puppy naps. All right, my dear. Oh, shoot. Almost forgot the mastery class. So I'll be back here next Tuesday. Thank you for watching the replay last week. I'll be here next Tuesday, whatever date that is. 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll do a little more TLC. Tuesday live chat. We'll see what we come up with by then. And we're doing this month's mastery class, December 22nd, so a couple days before Christmas, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, it's free. We get together on Zoom. We talk for about an hour 15. Bring your questions. We like to invite you to be as interactive as possible. Would love to see your smiling faces on Zoom. And it is free, but you have to register. Oh, yeah, there is that show this Friday, too. Oh, you know what show that is? Oh, Keisha, thank you for the reminder. Oh, this rocks. Yeah, it's fun with frequencies. I did remember when you post. Okay, so mastery class, December 22nd, 7 p.m. You do have to register. It is free. It is drandysworld.com/magic. And you can register there, and then we know you're coming. You'll get the email for logging into Zoom. Okay, cool. This week's show on Dr. Andy's World's Positive Podcast. How could I forget? Oh my goodness. Okay, fun with frequencies. I have a guest, Gladys Boza, and she is a riot. I met her a handful of years ago at an Access class, and she's flippin' hysterical. Like, she was just so damn funny. And she has some great stories. We're going to talk a little bit about quantum healing and new gadgets in the world. So check out this week's show. It's Friday, December 11th. Fun with Frequencies on Dr. Andy's World Positive Podcast on Inspired Choices Network. And that's on at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Central's at 4. Or you can catch it on a replay on any of your favorite podcast platforms. And if you hadn't picked up, I highly, highly recommend, catching Teacher as Your Earth, or Earth as Your Teacher with Corinna Stoeffl. I'm not quite sure which way that title went, but it's more of this, more of gratitude, acknowledging being with the Earth and what that can create for us and this planet. I do believe she could use a little bit of our contribution. She has given so much to us. All right, now I'm going to say goodbye, my magical friends, for this TLC. I will be back next week. Until then, how much fun can you have with your animals? Fun, my magical friends. Allowing Earth to be our teacher. Thank you, Keisha. Always got my back. Always got my back on those details. Love you. Love you all. Until next time, how much fun can you have with your animals?